Alright YouTubers, what's going on? Coming back at you with another video. We are looking at the Liong Mah Nuk, actually. This is the collaboration knife with BattlBox, and this is the one I kind of showed you a little bit in the BattlBox video. If you watched my Mission 30 unboxing, we went over this knife a little bit. Pretty impressed with it. So let me give you some specs to start it out. We have a 3.7975 inch Tanto blade. D2 steel. You got a 4.75 inch bead blasted steel handles with milled pockets for Moonglow Inserts, which we'll go over more a little bit. You got a G10 backspacer, which also glows, and weighs in at 6.2 ounces, so it's a little hefty. It's because it is stainless steel. That got a milled stainless steel pocket clip as well. So let's talk a little bit about this guy. So your price, so it comes in this little box, is the Nuk on there right now. And again, it's a collaboration with BattlBox. Now these are not made by Reate knives. They're actually made by BattlBox. And I was first thinking, well, they don't, I never knew BattlBox to manufacture knives, so someone has to be making them, Trying to get more clarification as where they're made, if they're made in China, which I'm assuming they are, or if they're made in the US or what. But you get this cool little keychain light. This is an ultraviolet or UV light, which will help get that Moonglow glowing. But it's too light right now. If you watch the BattlBox video, I actually did some in the dark and showed how it glowed. But my first impressions of this knife are actually really good. It's actually really solid, very well built, and it's got great ergonomics in the handles. These finger choils really do lock in your index finger here and then your rest of your hand there, and it doesn't feel like that huge of a knife. It is a kind of a bigger knife, but it doesn't feel, huge. Wow, that thing just flipped out on me pretty good. Just like didn't cut me, just kind of must have got the blunt in there. Won't be the first time I cut myself on video. Very interesting Tanto blade here. You've got a harpoon type grind kind of up here with a swedge. You've got a kind of a almost a slight, well, kind of a, I want to call it a recurve, but it doesn't recurve. It comes pretty much straight down here and then goes up this way. So it's a different style Tanto. I quite like it. It's got a forward choil here, which works well to choke up on the knife to give you a nice purchase there. Got some black coating here. Not sure if it's DLC, PVD, whatever. I'm not sure exactly what type of coating it is. So very interesting folder. Now this knife has a theme to it. The Nuk. You have this radioactive pivot here, which is really cool looking, especially in the dark, and I'll do a shot when I charge it all up. I like that the pocket clip can be reversed and it's flush. That's something on the GSD, which is a really expensive knife. It drove me crazy. It wasn't flush. It kind of sat up above the scale, and it just made no sense to me. The screws are also flush, which is cool on the show side. Here on the lock bar side, you can see the I want to say 8. I just was using it. It's T7. T7 pivot. You actually might be able to fit a T8 in there also. We'll have to double check on that. I might do a disassembly because it's got a lot of oil on it. But the screws sit nice and flush, and you've got T6 here, and then you've got, looks to be T7 on the pocket clip. So very well built knife. It came perfectly centered. I was pretty impressed by that. And the Moonglow inserts inside the handles are really cool, which I'll kind of show you. It's all milled out, and then they filled it with Moonglow. You can see the backspace there. See, there you can see the insert right here. If we look at it from right here, you can see all the full side of that show side scale has Moonglow. It's really neat, really cool, innovative. I haven't really seen it done before on a knife. It is on ball bearings. Like I said, mine is pretty gritty. Like, I shouldn't say gritty. It just feels like there's a lot of oil in there. I've tried to use some compressed air to get it out, it's not really working. It keeps, every time I flip it, you can see you get a residue there. Every time you flip, you're going to get that residue. That means there's just too much oil, so that's just packing oil. I'm not sure what kind of oil, lubricant it is, but it's all over. So I probably will disassemble this knife to clean it, and I think the flipping action will be really good. It's not bad at all now. It flips just fine, but I think it's just a little gritty. So this was included. It's a collaboration again with BattlBox. It was included in the Pro Plus box this month as the knife of the month. Very cool offering. I think it's really well made, like I said, for the money. The design elements are very cool. I mean, you have this, some people might call it gimmicky. I think it's neat. It's different. You have this radioactive symbol pivot. The pivot itself being kind of custom is unheard of for a knife in this price range. The MSRP on this is $175. I think they're selling them for $150 in the BattlBox shop and $150 on Liong Mah's website. So, for the materials used, not the best price point, I don't think, but it is a well-made knife, and it does have really good fit finish, and it's on ball bearings. Maybe the cost, the Moonglow raises the price a little bit. I don't know. A comparable knife would be the Boker Lateralis. That's about $80. It's D2 steel as well on bearings. Really well-made knife. So I feel like this should be $100 or less, personally. And for a while there, Liong Mah was selling this knife for $100 on his website. Now I noticed they're up to $150. Maybe that's because the battle boxes have been starting to be delivered. I did my unboxing on mine today. So overall, a really interesting knife for the money. I mean, it has a lot of good details. I said this in my BattlBox video. I would love to see this as a premium design, meaning titanium handles with maybe S35, M390 on the steel. Other than that, I like the pivot. I think it's interesting. I like the Moonglow Inserts. Those are also interesting. So you wouldn't have to change much, just a few of the materials. Do kind of a higher end offering. I'd like to see Liong Mah do that. I don't know if that's in the realm of possibility with BattlBox or what, but it is his design. And he has done his design a few times with different manufacturers. So you got some jimping here and up here, and I'm guessing this jimping here is, not guessing, it is. It's kind of like a thumb ramp right here, and it's used for when you choke up on the choil. And this jimping here is used when you're holding the knife normally. Now, it's not very useful. It doesn't really do anything. It's very light. It's almost more for aesthetic, I think, than actually use, because it doesn't really grip your finger. You can see my thumb's kind of slipping pretty easily. So that is one thing that I'm not 100% sure on why they didn't do more aggressive on the jimping. But the handle is very ergonomic. The handles, I like the choils. They fit your hand really well. It's one of the more ergonomic knives I've held. And I really dig the blade shape. It's just different. It's and Harpoon Tanto is not different, but the way he's kind of done this downward angle and then kind of swept it up here, almost gave this some belly right here. It's almost like a Spanto style. You can see the grind here. Even though it's DLC, you can kind of make that out. And I keep calling it DLC. I don't know if that's actually the case. It's just the coating. It has a nice little swedge here, and then I like the harpoon. So overall, it's a really aesthetically pleasing knife. I really do dig it. Let's go ahead and charge that baby up, and then we'll shut these lights off. So let's turn off the extra lights we've got here for the video purposes. It's going to get a little darker, then I'm going to actually charge it up and turn off the lights altogether so you guys can see what it looks like, in case you haven't watched the BattlBox. So it's cool they gave you this little keychain. I thought I got that to stay on permanently. There we go. Let's shine that up a little bit. You can probably see it glowing a little bit right now. Yeah, you can. See that inside of that glowing? Yeah, I don't have to get it fully dark even to see it. It's pretty sweet. So it's kind of gimmicky, but kind of fun. It's really fun. It fit the theme of the BattlBox really well. The nuclear, biological, chemical warfare. Very cool. So had to go at an awkward angle to do that. Sorry, going around the tripod. So overall, first impressions are solid. I can see this being a pretty good knife. Like I said, I think the value is good. Could be better. I feel like it should be more in the $100 or under range, personally. But we don't know where it is manufactured. I don't know. It just says BattlBox, and BattlBox actually responded to my video, my unboxing, and said that they are actually manufacturing knives and they have a new line coming out. So that's cool. I asked them where they're having them made, so we're gonna find that out. I'm guessing overseas, but we'll see. So overall, the Nuk is a very cool knife. I'm gonna take mine apart, and I'll maybe I'll just do a little separate disassembly video, kind of like Nick Shabazz does. Sorry. Showing you just how to take it apart. It's pretty simple though. Some torque screws, but it's definitely got some gunk. I'm gonna wipe that off, and I think it'll smooth up the action a little bit. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.